There is a video game franchise that doesn't need an introduction. It's probably Five Nights at Freddy's, especially the first game ever released in the series, Five Nights at Freddy's 1. Created and released by Cawthon in August 8, 2014, for those that don't know, the game consists in 4 killer animatronics going up against a night guard whose sole purpose is to spend 5 nights, from 12 AM to 6 AM, watching the establishment thanks to the cameras in his office. Oh, but what is this? Buttons to open and close the door, and to control the lights? Yeah, when I mentioned the killer animatronics part, I wasn't kidding.
Shut your f***ing mouth! Shut the f*** up, you c***!
Sorry.
By the way, I actually lied. It's actually 6 nights. Sorry, I lied again. It's actually 7 nights. But hey, in the 7th one, you can even control the animatronics AI level. In fact, you can input a certain year date to get a funny Easter egg.
Five Nights at Freddy's. That's where I wanna be. Five Nights at Freddy's.
Even though Scott released the trailer for the game in June 15, 2014, the game didn't really gain that much traction and hype all the way until its release. It was actually thanks to popular YouTubers such as Markiplier, PewDiePie, Jacksepticeye, and many others that the game became so popular and led to the release of the various teasers for FNAF 2 until its inevitable release. I mean, if you think about it, it would never come to your mind that many years later you can experience this office in VR. Now, with such a popular franchise, the logical thing to expect is the release of fan games that, to this day, are still being released. Now, over the years, there were fan games that became absolute classics and have the same level of quality as Five Nights at Freddy's, such as Five Nights at Candy's that eventually got a remastered version in 2019. On the other hand, there are some questionable releases like Five Nights at Freddy's 3. And no, I'm not talking about the real Five Nights at Freddy's 3, but the fan version of Five Nights at Freddy's 3. That not only contains stolen art, stolen characters, and the fact it's just simply a rehash of existing assets from Five Nights at Freddy's 1 and 2. I'm sorry, but I really have to say this. I don't know what the fuck the creator of this fan game was thinking when he put Scott Cawthon as the one who was responsible for creating this fan game that was trying to be the official next installment in the series. So in this sea of absolute gems and dog water FNAF fan games, there is a certain genre that I want to look at. Remakes. You know, when the game is completely altered when compared to the original, like the Dead Space remake and the Final Fantasy VII trilogy. In this case, I want to talk about FNAF Plus, the Five Nights at Freddy's fan game that never came to be. Well, sort of. Allow me to explain. Five Nights at Freddy's Plus was originally created by Fisdom, who was the person responsible for releasing the original teaser trailer back in 2022. And just by looking at it, visually, it looked amazing. Ever since the game got revealed until the beginning of August 2023, there were various teaser images that once again demonstrated that this was shaping up to be a great remake of the original Five Nights at Freddy's. At one point, Fisdom even gave Dawko access to an exclusive demo during his charity stream for St. Jude's back in 2022.
Here we go. New game. It's trolling, it's not real, 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 it's not real. It's gonna troll me. Somebody's gonna pop out and say, ha ha!
But in August 3rd, 2023, Fisdom was removed from the developer section in the FNAF Plus Steam page, and was consequentially banned from the page's discussion forum due to various reasons that, to be honest, could be a video on its own. And then in August 5th, 2023, the game was removed from the Steam store and fell into a pit of never-ending darkness. That is, until Lost Poplay decided to create his own version of FNAF Plus. Now, to my understanding, and I hope I'm correct, there are actually two versions that were created by Lost Play. But today I'm only going to talk about the new version that you can't get it anymore, through official means I mean, since the Game Jolt page was taken down. Now I can't stress this enough, since I got the game from other sources, there was a high chance that something bad was hiding inside it. So I decided to use a virtual machine to play the game. I mean, what can I say, I'm not really in the mood to potentially put my PC at risk. First of all, wow, this is such a great menu. I love that every time you go to a different option in the menu, the character in the background changes. But well, after selecting new game, we are actually presented with a minigame. Yeah, that's right, you don't actually start in the office. First, you have to do a bit of ghost hunting, or as the game says, find anomalies. Basically, you have to shine your flashlight to certain spots, and after it starts blinking, you have to pull out your ghost detector to fix it. Honestly, at first I was really confused because I thought this was a phone that was going to present a tutorial.
Holy fuck. I'm...
Kind of have a little bit of an announcement. As you guys know, I have a beautiful family and a wife and kid. I've been unfaithful, and
After you complete a minigame, the real game begins and you are presented with the office, and just like the original game, you can control the doors, lights, and cameras. It's really interesting to see how different these rooms are compared to the original, and there are some new rooms present as well, like the camera 3, where you have to input a certain code to unlock. In night 4, we will be able to unlock it thanks to a hint provided by the phone guy. Speaking of the phone guy, I really got to admire his honesty. I mean, the guy literally is a giga chad, since he tells you that the previous night guard died while on the night shift.
2 weeks ago, one of our security guards working the night shift died here. His body was found in the costume of one of the non-working animatronics. We might have an idea who could have initiated this. Yes.
Unfortunately, I suffered the same fate as the previous night guards. Now, normally in night 1 you are only supposed to deal with Bonnie and Chica, but for some reason Freddy wasn't on the stage, and yeah, not longer after that he eventually killed me.
Oh Jesus! Wow.
It was at this point that I realized that every time you die, you have to do the minigame once again. In fact, you have to do this minigame every time you go into the next night. I even decided to do nothing just to see if something would kill me, but no, you are totally safe until you complete the minigame, which begs the question, what's the point of it? After that, I completed night 1 and went straight into night 2. And, well, everything went well, except at the end of the night when Foxy decided to make a visit, but just like the original game, closing the door is enough to deal with him. In night 3, after dying a few more times, on my third try I was able to beat it at the last minute when Bonnie was about to kill me.
Oh God. Oh my God. What the fuck was that?
In night 4, look, I don't know why, but I decided to change the phone guy's voice to Ukrainian. I guess I wanted to see what it looked like. From my understanding, he was basically talking about the latest KSI controversy, you know, about him collaborating with Mr. Beast.
Привіт, приятелю. Слухай, здається, нам відмовили у викупі. А шкода, адже це могла бути неймовірно вигідна пропозиція. Але як воно не було, $250 будуть у тебе в кишені. Ах, так точно, твоя нова документація. Слухай, я згадав про те, що коли ми прибрали з нашої піцерії підсобку, хтось згадав про кімнату під номером 3.
Remember when I talked about camera 3? Well, in the night 4 phone call, the phone guy says the most important moment in the company's history was 1992 and 1984. So if you take those last two digits and combine them together, I definitely didn't Google the answer, you unlock the camera and basically, for my understanding, it's the place that William Afton died after he got spring-locked. After completing night 4 and getting to the end of night 5, at 5 AM, the puppet appears as a scripted event. He says something about the animatronics thinking I'm a killer, and then the game ends. The last thing to really talk about is the extras, where you can browse screenshots that show how the game was made, experience the custom night, and of course you can watch all of the jump scares. If you want to blow your eardrums, just spam the right arrow. That will do the job. The last thing I want to say is, please use a virtual machine to run any program or game that you don't trust. And if you like this type of edited content, please consider dropping a like and subscribing to the channel, as it helps a lot. And of course, thank you for watching the Forbidden FNAF fan game.
I'm dead. I'm dead. So, can close the door. Oh God. Can't close the door. It's over. Hello? Oh Jesus!